You're listening to the Steel and Glory podcast. I'm your host, Nate McBride. Today we have with us Max Stark, creator of the HEMA Deck. It's a really interesting deck of cards that teaches us all about HEMA. And it's on Kickstarter Live. You're going to learn more about it now, so stay tuned. Here we go.
HEMA Deck. Draw, learn, win. The four most popular weapons: long sword, rapier, saber, sword, and buckler. Knowledge based on 15th and 16th century treatises. Deck of 55 cards for fencers. Fuel the fire of HEMA. Support our quest.
Such unique weapons that are shown will be something that will bring interest from some more historical types of people. So,
Right, because I mean, HEMA is also about, you know, the kind of the history of where these sword arts come from, and it's more immersive, right? And so, yeah, I just want to iterate how beautiful these are, and you know, it's kind of harder to really appreciate that, you know, through a printed item through the screen. But I just wanted the audience to kind of see sort of what it was. There's better images on the Kickstarter, and we're actually going to go there now in case you guys were interested. You know, and as people who have watched other episodes of this podcast, you know I'm not usually this direct, but having seen this, I believe in this very much, and I don't have anything to do with HEMA Deck, right? We're just talking, so I have no financial interest whatsoever in HEMA Deck, right? It's not my project, but I'm really excited about it because I think it's a good thing, and it's just a good stepping stool.
yes,
So let's
just
yeah.
added with a message for help and support from your club, but it just happens you to contact us and me with a suggestion of podcast, and I was really surprised with such a proposition because no one before proposed me something like that. And
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said yes.
it would be
I'm sorry,
really
I interrupted you.
if I refused to meet you today. I would not meet such a great person.
Oh, well, you're too kind about that. So, here we are. So this is right. So this is a Kickstarter, and you know, maybe you guys haven't ever been on Kickstarter before. So HEMA Deck is something that Max wants to make available for people, but you know, he's just a HEMA guy like us, and you know, he doesn't own this company, and so of course he wants to share this. He's very competent at what he does. His team is very competent, like he said. They're also have, you know, experience as graphic designers and such. And so here we are. We're on the Kickstarter. But as you can see, so this is in dollars, not euros, on my page because we're in the it's the U.S. address. But see, this is what they want here. This is their goal. It's just over $9,000. Now, the Kickstarter, opened 2 days ago or something, Max?
Yes, 3 days ago.
3 days, pardon.
You can see how much days are left for the Kickstarter to end. It's 26 days of under the number of the supporters.
Yeah, right here. And, you know, we already have 117 backers for HEMA Deck. And that's because it's very exciting. So hopefully you guys are interested if you're still watching, right? This podcast. It doesn't. There's not a whole lot left to go. So if you are interested, the aim is to go through the Kickstarter really quick. I won't spend a lot of time on this, but I just wanted to briefly go through it so you know what's going on here. So here's another video. So really quick, the story. Now the way that the way that Kickstarter works, you have to pre-order, and you're not actually spending the money, you're just pledging. And then when if we get enough, I keep saying we, I have nothing to do with this. But if we get past our goal, then Kickstarter comes in and asks you to fulfill your pledge. So you don't even have to part with your money at first. So it's just a pledge at this point. So here's the pre-ordering. You can see here, this looks really nice, the HEMA deck. Also, you can play poker with them if you felt like losing some money. But that's not the main goal, right? See, look at how beautiful these graphics are. Yeah, draw, learn, win. That's pretty cool. So it comes in this really attractive looking deck. Some more descriptions here. So it's the story and inspiration. You guys could take some time and Max explains a little bit more. It's a great image there, Max.
Yeah, it's stylized photo, but still, it's great and fits the vibe of the HEMA deck.
Yeah.
You've seen my little photo of myself when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I love my really long straight hair, but still I have mine now.
This one.
Still looking great. But
yeah.
Everyone who get on the Kickstarter and website and will look through all the description will find this project real history. A history that is I want to tell you something and want to show you how we were dedicated to create it for for all the community of HEMA.
Yeah. I mean, there's something for everybody in this deck. I see, and it's like even if it's just to have. Oh yeah. So here's more of like the contact sheet that he was showing. So let's get into the team a little bit. So here's the team, right? We've got Max, we've got Marta, we have Mace. Did I say that right?
Macie, yes.
Oh, Mace. I'm sorry. We have Mace, and so these are your parents, yeah?
Yes, that is correct. They are my parents, and they are really important part of this project because they're a graphic designers and they help me create such a great look of the HEMA deck. The Marta have a really good touch and feeling with design style, so you know what will look the best. And Maciej have good abilities with promotion and know where to go to promote and find supporters. So he really helped me find the groups that we send it promotion materials, and now we got support. So they
So
helped me
I'm sorry.
really much with this project, and they're as much as a part of this project as me.
Yeah, and it's important, right? Because Kickstarter has a certain reputation. Certain projects work, certain projects don't. But it's important to understand that these people are very competent at what they do. This project is well put together, and so it's definitely going to work as long as people support. So here's the timeline here. Right. So we're in the campaign right now in April. Right. So the campaign ends at the end of April. In May, finishing touches. We get the printing and crafting done over the summer. September, there's the packing and preparation. So they already are explaining the bits and pieces. And this comes from the experience of the team, right? So they're laying up beforehand. They know what it takes to push this out, make it happen. And so they're already pre-telling us, the timeline to make it all so, which is important. You know,
Yes, we are some way explaining how the all production and all the most important points in project will be, because it's not as simple as we just got and money and we have these decks and we will just give it to you. There are people all over the world, and even the sending it will take a time, especially when there will be hundreds of people. Now
right.
it's 100, but will be more in the future, and we will be glad if it will be as much as we can get support and the backers.
Yeah,
But
that's. No, go ahead.
but back to the point, we show this timeline because we want you to know what it takes to just make a deck. We want you to know it's a task that takes a time, and we are wanting to give you something special. And also we have want to answer some questions to the persons that are a little bit impatient.
Hmm.
uh, you know.
Yeah, like you say, it's the details matter, and it's important that that first and foremost, you guys are wanting to give our community something that's worthwhile, something that's useful, and something that brings great utility to everybody. I kind of wanted to right here bring people's attention to this October, November. So that's basically when, if all goes well, the shipping goes out, and as we all know, at least in the States, in November, that's when people are starting to think about Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
But we don't have the luxury of waiting till then. If we want to have the HEMA decks, which I am going to pledge as well, just so you know, I mean, I didn't tell you yet, Max, but I definitely want some for our club. I can really see some reasons why we want to have some of these decks on hand. We'll get into that later. Which if you're a club builder, something like this to have as like gifts or rewards or prizes or whatever, but we'll get into that in a little bit later. But yeah, so Christmas time is basically when these come, and might I also add, if all goes well, if we get enough, if we as the community pledge enough to make this happen, Max, question for you: is this something, if the Kickstarter is successful, that you have plans to have HEMA Deck and related things for sale on a website?
Yes, if the project will succeed, we will gladly sell more for everyone who also want to get HEMA Deck even after a Kickstarter, because it was also our goal. We know we're not sure yet it will have a dedicated site for a HEMA Deck, or it will be distributed on the friendly HEMA related websites with equipment and weaponry. Maybe, or we thought a little bit, maybe some museum will be interested in these decks to buy, but we will see. The
Hmm.
future bring the answers. Will bring the answers. So
No, I was gonna say I really want this to happen because selfishly, as a club runner, I want HEMA decks. I want to have them because a couple of things that I have in mind for them. One is a teaching aid, right? So in my school we have like stackable lessons, right? So I visualize the lessons as blocks, right? So there's a technique that I want to teach, or some kind of drill, and these cards are a very handy way to stack that on top of the thing that we're trying to learn, right? So that's step one. So I want some to be able to use. Secondly, I think they would make great prizes. So, like if you're running some kind of club, like internal tournament or something like that, these might be a great like winnings. That would be pretty cool. Another thing would be, let's say, and this is a reality for a lot of club runners. You know, we pay rent at a building. We charge tuition or admission or club dues, however you want to put it. You know, the students or the members, they actually pay into the club, and you know, maybe you have star people. Maybe you've had people that have been in the club for a long time. Maybe you have people that say you offer more classes and they buy like the most expensive offering that you have. This could be an added value thank you to those club members. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons why someone who runs a club wants to have HEMA Deck on hand, and it just takes a little bit of creativity and forethought. And what I especially like about HEMA Deck in particular is the care that they bring to the graphics, because they're beautiful. What do you say to that, Max?
Thank you for a compliment. As I mentioned before, we've tried to do our best to show you as a best product as we can, because it's not just a, a thing to sell. It's an idea we want to give for everyone from a HEMA community. It's uh, also some of idea and gift from ourselves, because we really love to see our project succeed, and maybe in the future when we see that we have a lot of supporters and lots of people want to see more of such project, we maybe do decks that are more dedicated, are more precise on types of theses and schools, and maybe even some more exotic weapons. Maybe, but it will we see in this month if the project will be successful or not, and we hope everyone will help. And also, if we speaking again about the Kickstarter, I want to thank everyone who supporting us till now, because it really mean a lot for us. We can see that someone wants to have a deck and bring this project to life. And also, I want to thank you and thank the Bladefit Academy for inviting me on this podcast, because it's a real nomination for me and all our team that someone was at as much interested in our project that he want to make a podcast with us, to promote it also, because it's a really promotion for us that from nothing we are now on the podcast. And
Yeah, well, you're being kind, Max.
yes, I also have a huge thanks to our to Konrad Kramasz. It's a Polish fencer and coach who is one of the best sword and buckler sabers in the Poland and also in the world. and he really helped with our project. He shared a lot of his knowledge and experience, so the HEMA deck could be created as more as precise and as as how to say, maybe it will be as close to the source as possible, because he have experience and he know what is right and maybe what's some misconceptions and something is missing in deck. So he really helped us. So thank again, Mr. Konrad Kramasz. You have been really help for us. He also
Fantastic. Yeah,
he
go ahead.
also is owner of the uh, company Krieger, which sells weapons for HEMA fencers. And I also want to invite to, if you look some equipment and some saber or other thing, blunt or cutting for yourself, I really like to tell the Krieger company is really good company and will sell you a really nice weapons. Especially maybe for the enthusiast of unusual colors like a pink, it will be a good uh, adverse, because now they're selling also such unusual colors for weapons. Like pink handle for a messer, for example. Uh,
Yeah, that's cool. Well, here Krieger has a good reputation, so I know that that they're definitely good weapons. Um, yeah. Let's see. I had one more question. Oh, yes, I did. So we're here back on the Kickstarter.
yes,
I kind of wanted to go over pricing, and I'm just trying to figure out where we can see where that is. Okay, so it's not just the cards. Of course, there's the booklet.
yes. If
Um,
someone want the booklet itself, the booklet is much cheaper, but it contains all the informations like in the deck. Just you don't have a cards, but you still have knowledge and information that is in HEMA deck itself by this booklet.
yeah. Okay. Is this the one here? It says. Can you see the screen?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Now, because it's just easier to give it to you just to get a file. You can get it really quick, and you don't have to wait on physical version. It's
Yeah.
for
So $6.
who wants as fast as they can informations that it in the HEMA deck. You know, it would be strange to send you a PDF version of cards. No one does printed on the printed cards.
Yeah, I mean, the cards are a celebration of, you look at it and they're beautiful and it's a presentation, and it would really get ruined in a,
They
yeah, like you say.
by a printing company that is dedicated to make such things, so the deck is really well made and will stay with you on a long time. Now, if someone would like to print it yourself,
Yeah,
go
so
with.
that's. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know how well it will go. Uh,
Yeah, so that's the introduction, right? $6. That's totally doable. I mean, it's a good ask, but that's the entry level. The early bird, does this is this apply still?
uh, It's a special occasion that is a bit cheaper than normal purchase of HEMA deck for person who will be first at buying or purchasing the deck on the Kickstarter and supporting. Uh,
Okay, has that window closed?
n- no, I think there's still a few decks to purchase from Earlbird.
Okay, cool. So hey, Now's the time, guys. I'm gonna release this podcast for Sunday. So if there's still early bird slots, well, hop in, guys. It's $18.
Yes, with shipping.
Yes, shipping is separate, of course, and I have to iterate. So with Kickstarter, that's one thing that really has messed up Kickstarters is they never accounted for shipping. But shipping is separate, guys. I mean, that's just how it is. It's jet fuel's expensive. Okay, so there's that one, the early bird, and then there's the single HEMA deck. So it's about $20 once the early bird special closes, and so if I understand correctly, Max, that's the number of decks that are spoken for, right? So once you pass that threshold, the early bird special closes, right?
Yes, and then it will be a normal HEMA deck to purchase. But
Right, and yeah, go ahead.
still, there are some early bird that then everyone who wants it will be available for a few days more. I hope.
Yeah, it might, but that's okay. I mean, it's nice if you have it, but it's $18 for the early bird, and it's $20 if it closes. Not a deal breaker, right? So if you wanted it, it's not like it gets super expensive and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Yes, you can. If you saw the utility in this, then it's still worth it, right? Two HEMA decks, we're looking at $40. Yeah, not so bad. Four decks, we're looking at $73, 66 euro. So it just goes on and on. But there we go. Oh, copy of 10, you get a little discount on there. So but like I said, as a club runner, it might be a good idea to get a couple of these on hand. Whether it's 4 or 10, depending on what your vision is, right? So that should be able to fit into your budget if you're charging club practitioners. And yeah, it's just it's a nice little something that
And
makes
now we have
people loyal to you.
for the most dedicated and our most valuable persons on the squad, on the team that want to support us, these persons that will uh, get dual decks, but with a price also comes a name. You will be mentioned in a book as a most valuable and the most important person that was also you are mentioned in the book in a deck. You are part of HEMA deck now on when you support us with this special offer.
Yeah, now that's cool. And if you want to buy a little bit of immortality, why, you know what? It might be worth it to you to really get into that. And yeah, that's
Yeah, so we add two decks. So
yeah.
still you can
So there you go.
share with someone a deck if you want to with your own name. uh, oh,
Yeah, there you go. That could definitely be useful for certain people if that's the direction they want to go. Yeah, you get your name on there, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, that's unless there's something else that you wanted me to point to on the Kickstarter website.
uh, anyone who will want to know everything about the HEMA deck and want to find some information will read it on themselves. They will read themselves the all description in the on the Kickstarter website. So maybe we will not uh, be boring and not describing everything. They will know everything if they want to. I think. I think.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, I mean, it's definitely look if you find it useful, you're gonna like it, and well, this
Okay.
is what it is.
Maybe one thing we can talk about for a second.
On the Kickstarter website.
shown all the cards that are now in HEMA Deck. They
Ah,
are
okay.
intended to. So, uh, but on the timeline is one important thing. I mentioned before about the Konrad Kramash. There are also other things that are specialists on the uh, HEMA and historical fencing uh, uh, content and manuals and other things. And some cards might a little bit be changed. Not all deck because the idea and most of the stances are we in this deck, but we have to just check if all we show is exactly as we think they mean to, and they are useful to the HEMA Deck community because not to get into details, I feel that some few cards might be changed a little bit or be less useful than it could be. But still, the HEMA deck will be mostly unchanged, but we adjust few things to be better for learning and to be more better related to the history and exact things in the thesis and the uh, learning of HEMA to be as most precise as we can with it. Still, we've done a lot of research, but even the best can sometimes make a mistake and find something wrong. But so that's why we've contacted the most experienced fencers to look at the deck and tell us what can be improved and what is good as it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. So you're open to feedback, and that's definitely wonderful. One last thing. Uh, Obviously, we've been talking about Saber. I noticed that you've got your Krieger
Yes, my Krieger
saber.
safe that was a gift on my last birthday. It was I'm now 18, so it was just for me on the 18 years old, and this is my perfect gift on such year when I'm getting to be a man and not just a kid. And also it happens to be as the same time as the beginning of the HEMA deck, and it's just very maybe a little reminder of what I've started.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm definitely Team Saber myself. It's definitely my favorite. Um, and yeah, anyway, that's something that we share in common. And so I thought, yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to bring that out. So brewers, we got to stick together and kind of geek out a
My
little bit.
little bit. The saber for Polish people is a national weapon, so it's must be for me to be a saber fencer because it's a part of my country's history. A saber, a thing that is compared from freedom and fighting for this freedom
Yeah,
as
there
we.
you go.
So it's
Uh,
our symbol.
it's your national symbol of freedom, basically, is what you're telling me.
Yes, two, a weapon that we use to fight for our freedom.
Nice,
Yeah,
very
it
cool.
will be much relatable for the people from the USA because they also fought for their freedom, and I can mention that Kościuszko is some of a hero in your country, and also it's our hero, national hero. So we have some few people that in common, and we worth to remember in our history because
Yeah,
both our countries love freedom because we have to fight for it.
Yeah, yeah. That is very true. That is definitely true. Yeah. Yeah. We could talk about that. I didn't want to get too political, but yeah. I think a lot of people in the states understand. Once they learn a little bit about the history of Poland, they kind of understand that in a very fundamental level. So yeah, that is definitely something that our two nations share in common. And God, there was something else. I forgot what it what it was, and I'm probably as soon as we turn off the podcast, I'll remember it. Yeah, it's lost me, so that's okay. Well, maybe another time we'll talk about that.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I just gotta let it go. So, Max, is there anything else that you would like to tell us about your projects, HEMA Deck, or anything related to HEMA?
Uh, don't want to bore you to be repetitive, so uh, now I'm not sure it's anything more to tell about because we've talked about the most important thing. The details, maybe we will not get into details because it's not as interesting and everything is explained on the website as we said. And the most important thing is that we need support and we want this project to succeed. So just we ask for help and support in project and you not to share maybe with your friends to get with this project somewhere far, not only maybe in a HEMA community but maybe somewhere else because we believe this project it's worth its success.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I to me this is a gift, right? A gift to the community. A lot of especially new practitioners. HEMA is just growing, and this is a vital tool, I think, and it really shortens the learning curve for a lot of newer, especially practitioners. And maybe there's people out there who just love, say, like poker or love playing cards, and this is a very unique set of cards that someone just wants to have for aesthetic purposes. I mean, this definitely could also be that. So you don't have to love HEMA to know somebody who just likes to get different kinds of playing cards. So I mean, there's that. There's that. So
Of course, it will be a great time playing some unique deck card while playing every card game you can play with this deck. So also, I invite every fan of unique decks, of French decks or other decks, and the collectioners to maybe support our project and get one.
yeah. All right. Well, we're going to close it up. So, you beautiful people, thank you so much for staying with us to the end. It's been wonderful. And yeah, have a great day out there, you guys. And hopefully, we will see you on the next one. All right. Take care, everybody.